that's a fact. Hmm? From the point of view of creation, everything is equal. But from the point of view of commandment, no. He selected some, and he has not selected some. So we don't know why. That's in his knowledge. So يخلق ما يشاء ويختار. So when he said that Musa came to the fire, Allah said to him, وَأَنَا اخْتَرْتُكَ, I have selected. I created you like everyone, but I have selected you. I have chosen you to speak to you and to appoint you as my messenger. We don't know why. Allah understand, but something that He knows in that person that we don't. So that's the argument that comes very often. Yeah, only human beings like us. They eat from what we eat and drink from what we drink. Yes, from the point of view of creation, they are human beings like you. From the point of view of commandment, you are different. Commandment makes a difference. What Allah commands somebody to be was He creates you and says, be a saint, and you will be a saint. كن وليا تكن وليا. كن عالما تكن عالما. كن تاجرا تكن تاجرا. That's by a commandment. At creation level, everything is the same. Allah commands them to become what He wants them to become. That's by His command, by His word. So يخلق ما يشاء ويختار. يختار. So that argument is false. Naturally, it doesn't stand. Yes, it's true that we are all created, but it's not true that we are all commanded in the same way. So Allah says to the Prophet ﷺ, tell them, قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ. Tell them I'm a human being like you. That's khalq. يُوحَى إِلَيَّ, that's amr. But I get wahy. Wahy is commandment. يُوحَى إِلَيَّ. I'm a bashar like you, that's true. يُوحَى إِلَيَّ, and that's different. So that's the argument they used here in this surah. And we see that, just to prove further that this is Sayyidina Musa is concerned in the story, we'll see Pharaoh repeating the same argument in Surah 2, Al-Mu'minun. Let's turn to Mu'minun. So verse 30, 46, and 47. We said Musa, the Pharaoh and his chieftains, فاستكبروا وكانوا قوما عالين فقالوا أنؤمن للبشرين وقوم ما لنا عابدون. Are we going to believe for two human beings when their people are our slaves? Like they believe in Moses and how when the Israelites are bondsmen, they are human beings like us. Secondly, they belong to a social class that is inferior to us. That's their argument. So there's no way we can follow Moses. فَكَذَّبُهُمَا فَكَانُوا مِنَ الْمُهْلَكِينَ. So may Allah safeguard us from that kind of thinking. That's Allah's fadl, He gives it to whom He wants. That's Allah's favor, His bounty. Nobody can say, why did He give it such and such to somebody? Because it's His. And we should never judge Allah. And how many times we judge Him. If Allah gives something to someone and you say it should not be given to him, you're judging Allah. It's not about the person, it's about you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. should be aware of that. So then we see that's what they said. If you look at somebody's bashariya, you then look at his khususiyya, you will never benefit from them. If you look at a person as a human being and not what special gift Allah has given them, you can benefit from them. They are human beings like you, no doubt. But if Allah wants you to benefit, He will cover their human aspect to you and then bring out their special aspect to you so that you can benefit from them. So the man who came, of course, surprisingly, people, they have, some Mufassirin have even a name for this man. I don't know how they get the name of this man. They say Habib al-Najjar. There's no authentic hadith or even some of the Sahabas, but they came up with the name. And the name doesn't sound Egyptian, and to make it more complicated. Habib is Arabic, Najjar is Arabic. So how did that happen? The Egyptian of that time, when Arabic language was hardly formed as yet, as a language as we know it today, it wasn't existing as yet. It's half that. So this is Habib al-Najjar, the man who came from the farthest end of the Medina to witness to the truth of the message of the messengers. And his argument to his people is that what prevents you from following people who are telling you something good? They're telling you worship your Lord, and they're not asking for anything in return. They're asking you for a fee. Maybe you can suspect them. Maybe they want to become rich at your expense. They want something from you. They don't want anything from you. They're just teaching you. They're just spending their time and their resources to bring knowledge to you. So what prevents you from learning from such a person? There's no reason not to, except arrogance. So alhamdulillah, he delivered his witnessing. إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين. So when he delivered his witnessing, they killed him. Before his ruh left, he already saw his place in Jannah. Allah already showed him his place in Jannah. So he said, Ya layta qawmi ya'lamun. If only my people know what the karama that Allah has just given me. He forgave me my sins and admitted me in Jannah. So when a person is about to die, you will see your place in Jannah and your place in Jahannam. Because everybody has two homes. Everyone. Yes. Depending where you end up. But everyone has a home in Jannah and you have a home in Jahannam. Yes. It's a hadith. Yes. If you do something wrong, it goes in your home, in Jahannam. You do something good, it goes in your home. So if you end up in Jannah, then your home is given to somebody else. Because, and he inherited his home in Jannah. So the good things that are done by People who don't believe in Allah, they have a home too, everybody. Yes. Believer, non-believer, you have two homes, everybody. What you do good goes here. What you do bad goes in this home. So if you end up here, you take your home in Jannah, and the one who goes in Jahannam takes his home and your home, and you take his home and your home. So you inherit them, they inherit you as well. So before you die, you'll see your home in both places, and you thank Allah for dying, for taking you in Jannah, and safeguarding you from going to Jahannam. And the aftermath of when they shed his blood, that Allah's judgment came on the Qaryah. وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون. So Allah says, we did not send down any army to destroy that township. We didn't need to do that. It suffices for them to hear one loud noise that will take their lives. So every nation who are destroyed, the way they are destroyed is in the form of their wrongdoing. Some were destroyed by water, some destroyed by air. Talking about the air and the water, the elements, the forces of nature. Some were destroyed by fire, some by a shower of iron. So the four elements that we talk about. And some were swallowed up by the earth. Now we can diagram. Water, iron, air, and fire. So these are the forces, the powers of nature. They react and they respond to our actions. If our actions are good, they respond positively. If we transgress, they transgress as well. If human being transgresses, natural force also transgress. So human being actions have an impact on everything around us. We'll see about the surah talks about keeping the order and the importance of cultivating taqwa Taqwa is about respecting boundaries and not transgressing. The consequence of transgression is that if human being transgresses, nature transgresses in response. Weather transgresses and floods come and destroy human beings. Air transgresses, you all know that. And fire transgresses, and also earth and iron transgresses. In response, in measure for measure. So Allah says, وَإِنَّا لَمَا طَغَى الْمَاءُ طَغَى الْمَاءُ. When the water transgressed, use the term طغيان. طغى الماء حملناكم في الجارية. When the water transgressed, we carried you in the ship, the ark. So human beings' actions bring out these actions from natural forces. So it is in our own benefit that we respect the boundaries set up by God. It's in our interest that we respect the Sharia. The Sharia is for our well-being. It's telling us Sharia is nothing but the limits that the human being is supposed to respect. And that every transgression that you do, you have a transgression against you back. Be sure about that. If you transgress, you have a transgression in return. So the nations who were destroyed, like the nation of Sayyidina Nuh and Pharaoh, Allah destroyed them by water. So we'll see why one type of natural force instead of the other one. Why air instead of fire, and why fire instead of water, and so forth. There's a reason for each. Through times Allah allows us to. So the people of Hud and Ad were destroyed by air. And they said that قَالُوا مَنْ أَشَدُّ مِنَّا قُوَّةً, was stronger than us. That was they used to boast as a nation. Who is stronger than us? So Allah sent a strong element, al-quwa. Air is strong, very strong strength. مَشَدُّ مِنَّا, Allah sent air against them. But they used to transgress weaker nations, oppress them, and abuse their power. If you are strong, aggress weaker nations. Allah said, if you are strong, I send something strong. So air transgress against them and destroy them and everything. But in Surah 2, Fussilat. In the case of Pharaoh, مما خطيئاتهم أغرقوا فأدخلوا نارا. Pharaoh was and his army were engulfed by water because of their zulm. It's another type of transgression of zulm. So water responded to their wrongdoing. And the same thing for the people of Nuh as well. Nuh as well, it was water that destroyed them because of their zulm. The people of Samud were destroyed by a loud noise that came through the transgression of iron. and it destroyed them as well. And the people of Lut, it was of Lut as well as Qarun, were destroyed by the earth. The earth opening up and then swallowing them. So Allah says, فَكُلًّا أَخَذْنَا بِذَنْبِهِ. Each one of them we judge them according to their sin. So the judgment is aligned with the nature of the infraction, of the guilt. If your sin is zulm, then water will destroy you. If your sin is udwan, then air will destroy you. It's like going like that. If your sin is something like the people of Lut, then the earth will destroy you. So they respond, even force in nature will respond to different kind of human transgressions. Let's see. Surah Al-Ankabut. Go on that quickly. So in verse 30, فَكُلًّا أَخَذْنَا بِذَنْبِهِ فَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ أَرْسَلْنَا عَلَيْهِ حَاسِبًا وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ أَخَذَتْهُ الصَّيْحَةُ وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ خَسَفْنَا بِهِ الْأَرْضَ وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ أَغْرَقْنَا وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيَظْلِمَهُمْ وَلَكِنْ كَانُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ يَظْلِمُونَ. Verse 30. So we took each one of them to task based on their sin. Different sins bring different repercussions. If the sin is a sin of Zulmani sin and Jahiliyyah sin, because the human societies have these two major categories: Al-Mustama'at Al-Zulmaniyah, Al-Mustama'at Al-Jahiliyyah. So the messengers came to these two categories of human societies. That's kind of a sociology. Zulmani societies and Jahiliyyah societies. Water and so forth. There's a reason for each. Through time, Allah allows us to. So the people of Hud and Ad were destroyed by air. And they said that قَالُوا مَنْ أَشَدُّ مِنَّا قُوَّةً, who is stronger than us. That was they used to boast as a nation, who is stronger than us. So Allah sent a strong element, al-quwa. Air is strong, very strong, strength. مَشَدُّ مِنَّا قُوَّةً. Allah sent air against them. They used to transgress weaker nations, oppress them, and abuse their power. If you are strong, aggress weaker nations. Allah said, if you are strong, I send something strong. So air transgress against them and destroy them and everything. That's in Surah 2, Fussilat. In the case of Pharaoh, مما خطيئاتهم أغرقوا فأدخلوا نارا. Pharaoh was and his army were engulfed by water because of their zulm. It's another type of transgression of zulm. So water responded to their wrongdoing. And the same thing for the people of Noah as well. Noah as well, it was water that destroyed them because of their zulm. The people of Samud were destroyed by a loud noise that came through the transgression of iron, and it destroyed them as well. And the people of Lut, it was of Lut as well as Qarun, were destroyed by the earth. The earth opening up and then swallowing them. So Allah says, فَكُلًّا أَخَذْنَا بِذَنْبِهِ. Each one of them we judge them according to their sin. So the judgment is aligned with the nature of the infraction, of the guilt. If your sin is zulm, then water will destroy you. If your sin is udwan, then air will destroy you. It's like going like that. If your sin is something like the people of Lut, then the earth will destroy you. So they respond, different force in nature will respond to different kind of human transgressions. Let's see. Surah Al-Ankabut. I'm going to go on that quickly. So in verse 30, فَكُلًّا أَخَذْنَا بِذَنْبِهِ فَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ أَرْسَلْنَا عَلَيْهِ حَاسِبًا وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ أَخَذَتْهُ الصَّيْحَةُ وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ خَسَفْنَا بِهِ الْأَرْضَ وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ أَغْرَقْنَا وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيَظْلِمَهُمْ وَلَكِنْ كَانُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ يَظْلِمُونَ. Verse 30. So we took each one of them to task based on their sin. So different sins bring different repercussions. If the sin is a sin of Zulmani sin and Jahiliya sin, because the human societies have these two major categories: Al-Mujtama'at Al-Zulmaniyah Al-Mujtama'at Al-Jahiliyyah. So the messengers came to these two categories of human societies. That's kind of a sociology. Zulmani societies and Jahiliyyah societies, as opposed to the societies of that live in the wilderness. So now Yusuf put it very succinctly in Surah Yusuf when he was counting Allah's favors on him and his family. لقد أحسن بي إذ أخرجني من السجن وجاء بكم من البدو. Allah has been kind to me, brought me from prison and brought you from the desert. So, the desert and the prison. Because our urban societies are just mega prisons, cities that we it's a prison, if only we know. So when a human being is born in such a society, his disposition, his fitrah, is destroyed. Yes, from very early infancy, because of the environment. Because his fitrah is not allowed to develop freely. We put so many rules on the child. And as a result, he loses his spontaneous nature. He can't act spontaneously anymore. He has to calculate before he does anything. So there are too many rules in the society. But urban societies are like rules and laws. Excessively. So that has a negative impact on the fitrah of a human being. So human beings are changed, are alienated. So that's one society, one kind of society. So messengers came to these kind of societies, Zulmaniya societies. Some came to Jahiliyyah societies. In that society as well, the human fitrah also gets affected, but in a different way. And that is lack of boundaries. There's no law, there's no rules. So they are transgressive in nature, they are excessive. You kill one person in this tribe, they kill 100 from another tribe. So there's no, everything is, so the human being, when he grows in that kind of society, that's what he becomes. He doesn't know rules and doesn't know limits anymore. He doesn't know boundaries anymore. He becomes wild. So Allah sent messengers to these two kinds of societies to bring human beings back to their natural disposition. Fitrah. And every child, as the hadith says, كل مولود من الفطرة, that every child is born with the sound disposition. Then education changes the child. If he is in a Zulmani society, it's different. In a yellow society, it's different. So they all change you. That is a very huge problem. So what happened, if a messenger creates a community where people are brought back to their fitrah. So humanity is born and fresh again, anew. True human society is born where human beings' fitrah is protected. So the society that was created in Medina, when a child is born in that environment, your fitrah remains sound, doesn't get damaged. And the benefit of that, if your fitrah is sound, it's very easy for you to catch the light. It shouldn't take long. Why is it difficult to bring people to enlightenment? It's because their fitrah has to be fixed first. And that may take years and years of fixing. Or if your fitrah is sound, is in place, it doesn't take that long. That's why in the first generations of Islam, Al-Qurun al-Salas al-Ula, which were praised by the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they had that privilege. It only takes you to find a teacher and you get it right away. After that generation passed, then people had to develop some kind of skills to repair and the damage done to human beings' fitrah. So that's when the Tasawwuf as a science began to develop for that purpose. To help heal and repair the fitrah of human beings, bring them back to their own true self. So the nature will respond to each of these societies differently. Dhulmaniya is mainly by water or fire, and Jahiliya is by air and iron. That's what happened in Mecca. Arabia was a Jahiliya society. كانت مجتمع جاهلي in Islamic time. So iron has to be the one to face them with. That's what the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahabas had to do. Going back, Yasin. Then from there from the end of the story and the mention of the fate of the Qarya, I spoke about the Qarya and the Medina. In the Quran, mainly when it talks about Qarya, most of the time it's in a pejorative sense. And when it talks about Medina, so Medina is the ideal place, this kind of society, middle society, where human beings' fitra is preserved. It's often called Medina. So, only one as an yes.
Where would the punishment of sound fall? Loud noise?
Loud noise falls in Jahiliyyah. Yes. So both Samud and Ad were Jahiliyyah societies. Yes. And Egyptian was, as you know, is what they call civilized societies. As in Egypt was in that category. Was an urban society where Pharaoh led. That alone also is a very vast topic. One can explore further, not in a very short workshop like this. So again, Medina is that kind of environment, one where people retain their sound disposition, as opposed to Qarya in the Quranic language only, of course. Wherever the Qarya is mentioned, often it is not in a good way. Wherever Medina is mentioned, the Quran is always in a good way, except there's an exception. There's one exception in the Quran for both. One time Qarya is mentioned in a praiseworthy term, and Medina is mentioned in unpraiseworthy term once. But all other praises is always the case. Qarya and Medina. So that one exception for Medina is in Surah An-Naml. Just to quickly, Qarya one is not coming now. I'll give you the Medina. An-Naml. It's in, anybody found this ayah? As I said, I'm not just teaching you tafsir, I'm teaching you how to find things for yourself. I'm just teaching you the method. I'm not teaching you tafsir, I'm teaching you the method of doing tafsir for yourself. So, I think it's in, is it 28? Or 48. The Urdu numerals, I'm not familiar with that. Yes, it's 48. وكان في المدينة 9 رهط يفسدون في الأرض ولا يصلحون. But even that, probably it might still be praiseworthy if you analyze it properly. Maybe only those people were, but those 9 people. And if a city has only 9 bad people, that's a very good city. So it would mean that only those 9 were bad. So that's the one about Medina. The best of all the Medinas is the Medina in Hijaz. The city of the Prophet ﷺ is the prototype and the paragon of all the Medinas. When Allah named his city Al-Madinah. So then Allah, now we move on to another aspect in Surah, which is now Allah is counting his favors and blessings on Bani Adam, us. And Allah says in Surah Al-Isra, وَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ وَحَمَلْنَاهُمْ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَفَضَّلْنَاهُمْ عَلَى كَثِيرٍ مِمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا تَفْضِيلًا. So that ayah is laid out in detail in the rest of the surah. That we have honored the children of Adam. Allah himself is saying that. وَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. He didn't mention any particular Bani Adam. He didn't say only the believers among Bani Adam. He said all Bani Adam. That the karama, amma. That's a general karam for all of us. Karamna Bani Adam. Bani Adam. Every children of Adam is included in that karam. So human beings should be respected regardless of their faith, their color, their race, or whatever, their status. It is a human being, he deserves to be respected as Allah who created him respects the human being himself. He said, we have honored. If Allah honors someone and you want to dishonor them, then you are opposing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَكَرَمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ وَحَمَلْنَاهُمْ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ. We have honored Bani Adam and we raised them, we carried them in the land and in the sea. In the sea, we carried them in ships. In the land, we carried them on camels and donkeys and horses and other means of ride that are on the land. It's a karam of human being. That Allah has made the sea, the ocean subservient to us. That Allah has made the animals subservient to us. They are stronger than us, but they obey us by Allah's command, not by our own intelligence or smartness. For a camel to obey a human being, subservient to you, that's a divine commandment. Not a human, as of course historian will say that the camel was domesticated at this stage in the human history, and the Taurus, the cow was domesticated and was in Africa 10,000 years ago, and all that, but that's history. So all this has happened by divine command. Allah commanded them to obey us, and thereby they obey us. As long as we obey Allah, if we disobey Allah, they have no reason to obey us. مَنْ أَطَاعَ اللَّهَ وَطَاعَهُ كُلُّ شَيْءٍ. If you obey Allah, everything in the universe will obey you, everything, if you obey Allah. If you disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything will rebel against you, even your own children. There's one tabi'i, he says, when I disobey Allah, I can see the consequences in my donkey. When I ride on my donkey, it doesn't go straight, it doesn't obey me. It rebels. They rebel. They will rebel because they have no reason to obey you. You are their master as long as you obey your master. If you disobey your master, they will not obey you. They will not obey you. So كرمنا بني آدم وحملناهم في البر والبحر. We have honored Bani Adam, all Bani Adam. وحملناهم في البر والبحر. We carried them in the land and on the land and in the sea, and now it's carrying us in the air as well. It's not because we are smart, it's because Allah has made the air subservient to us, and we are allowed to fly in the air. And we see that sometimes the air disobeys, doesn't allow us. Accidents happen. So that's a reminder. That is only happening by a divine decree, a divine command. Allah commanded the air to carry us. So these are the forces of nature that are made subservient for us. Fire, water, iron, and air. So Allah, as an example, Allah has made air subservient in a specific way. Generally to all of us, specifically to Sayyidina Sulaiman. So Sayyidina Sulaiman is in this corner. It's made water subservient to all of us generally, specifically to Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu wassalam. And fire, Sayyidina Ibrahim. And iron? Now? Yes, that's true. These are prototypes in the Quran of Allah makes elements of nature subservient to us by His command. Allah says, وَأَلَنَّا لَهُ الْحَدِيدِ. We made the iron soft, subservient and gentle in the hand of Sayyidina Dawood. That means they obeyed Allah and these elements obeyed them. Sayyidina Sulaiman obeyed Allah and air obeyed him. وَسَخَّرْنَا لَهُ الرِّيحِ تَجْرِي بِأَمْرِهِ رُخَاءً بِأَمْرِهِ. We made the air subservient to him and it runs by his command. Sayyidina Sulaiman. The same thing, fire as you see, and water. And all of these have been made subservient to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. All of them. And proof of that is Isra and Mi'raj. Because if you are going beyond heaven and the earth, you're going to encounter all this on your way. If they don't allow you, you can go. There are oceans on your way out of this universe that you can cross. They are too vast and too strong. And iron, as in Surah Al-Rahman, and air as well, very powerful in space. So you can go, except by divine subservience. All those are Allah's countless blessings upon us, that He's made them subservient to us. And from verse 1 36, 33, all the way to 39, and Yasin. So 33 to 39. No, it's not 39. 36. It all talks about Allah's blessings on Bani Adam. الطيبات ورزقناهم من الطيبات. We provided them with good and clean provisions. That talks about Allah's blessings for us from the soil, from the earth. وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون. So we provided them with all these blessings that come out of the earth, different kind of fruits and the produce that from the earth, so that they may give shukr. أفلا يشكرون. And from that he moves on to another category of Allah's blessings on us is the orderly alternation in time between day and night. So that's the second category of blessings. So first one, blessings on the earth. Blessings of time and space. Blessings of time and space. That begins from 37 to 40. وإذ لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون. A sign for them is that the day we strip it off, the night we strip it off the day, and there they are in darkness. He described the day and the night as a dress. So Allah put the dress on the night and it's daytime. Take the dress of the night, it becomes dark again. Think about the qualities of Allah as in terms of libas. Hunna libasul lakum wa antum even human being. Allah has, because He spoke about pairs. We created pairs out of everything. A male and a female. And each plays a specific role in the working of the universe. If they exchange their roles, then things will go wrong. Yes. So the dress Allah created, the gender is a dress. Allah put a certain kind of dress on a woman and a certain kind of dress on a man. So the dress that Allah has put on the woman is a dress of sakina. It's a dress that is cool. It produces tranquility and stillness. That's the nature of the dress itself. Libasu sakina. Allah says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا. Allah created for you pairs from yourselves that you may find tranquility. But that is something Allah has built in. That's the dress I'm talking about. Allah has built in the female. So that dress gives tranquility to the male and stillness. On the other hand, He has given the libas al-basira, the wakeful dress. This one calms you down and puts you to sleep. Libas al-Sakina. This one wakes you up and brings you action and activity. So libasul lakum, they are dress for you, and the libasul lahunna. Libasul lakum, libasul lahunna. Sakina. And Basira. So in this way they complement one another. Without Sakina, you will not be productive in your life. You need that self-repair. You need that comfort, that tranquility, that stillness. And that's only provided by your other half. On the other hand, you need the active element, the active agent, which is the male, that brings wakefulness into the union. So the way the day and the night alternate is the same way. Libas al-layl wa libas al-nahar, the dress of the day and the dress of the night. Allah said about the night, lakum layla sakana, He made the night a time of tranquility and stillness for you. So a bright dress and a dark dress. So that's why he used the metaphor dress here between the day and the night, because they are also in terms of pairs. A male principle of Sakina and a male principle of Basira and a female principle of Sakina. Then he moved from day and night to sun and moon. If you want to dwell on all of them, it's going to be very long, but I'll just pass on them. If you read the tafsir, you can see the details, inshallah, yourself. And from the pair of day and night, so by that alternation, the dhikr and shukr becomes possible. The dhikr brings tranquility and shukr brings activity. So the male and the female principle together. And that's why they say when somebody is enlightened, it becomes both. Not physically, but in reality, the gender separation becomes no reality to you. Because all principles become merged together within an enlightened person of Torah. والشمس تعي المستقر لها. The sun is running its course to a place of station. So with that ayah they had a comment from the Prophet ﷺ on it. Because he asked his companion Abu Dhar, one day they are walking together, it was about sunset. He said, Abu Dhar, do you know where this sun is going? He said, Allah and His Messenger know better. He said, it goes until it prostrates under the throne of Allah, on the arsh. تسجد تحت العرش. It prostrates and then ask Him for permission to continue on its course. The permission is given, and why it goes on again. That's why it makes sujood again. Until a day comes, as usual, it comes and makes sujood. As a permission, there's no permission given. So the sun remains in sujood for 3 days. People don't realize that something happen in the universe, except people who pray at night, tahajjud. They will feel it. There's no day, the night has been too long. And at the end of the third day, the sun is commanded by Allah to rise from the west. تطلع من مغربها at the end of time. So it changes its course from right to left to right, anti-clockwise. That's the beginning, that's the ending of this one and the beginning of the new era. When everything began to move from left to right. The way we do tawaf around Kaaba. So to preserve the order, Allah says, لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون. It's not fitting for the sun to overtake the moon. It's not right, because that brings disorder and anarchy and the consequences of that. But it's not fitting for the moon also to lead the sun. So everyone should be in their place. We are going to assign to them. The sun is bigger than the moon, but if the sun should not try to show his arms to the moon, so he's turned to the moon and then overtake the moon. So he has to keep a fair distance from it to allow the moon to shine too, as much as it could. So the higher should not overtake the lower. Everyone should be allowed to exist within their boundaries. So, وَذَا اللَّيْلُ سَابِقُ النَّهَارِ, but the night also should not advance the day. The day is the Imam, the night is the Muqtadi, is the Ma'mun. The day leads and the night follows. If the night wants to lead, then also it brings chaos. So that should not happen either. We're talking about taqwa here as a principle of everyone maintaining their boundaries and not transgressing against the other, because you are brighter or you are stronger or whatever. Consequences are dire. And so that's the blessings of God in time and space. It's already there. The third one, the blessing in the water. وحملناهم وحملناهم في البر والبحر. A break? Yes. So وحملناهم في البر والبحر. We carried them in the land and the sea, so as a blessing of God. So that's one of his fadl on human beings. That human being is by nature amphibian. Human being can live in the sea, can live on the land. So it's amphibian. So that allows you to travel to God both ways. You can travel on the dry, you can travel on the wet. Those who travel amphibian are the best travelers. They get there faster than anybody else. So tariqas, if you look at the tariqas, I will not classify the tariqas. Some tariqas, they are aquatic tariqas. Yes. Some tariqas are terrestrial tariqas. Yeah. You can tell by the content of every tariq whether their sheikh is going by the sea to the end, or is going by the land, or is going by both. That one is rare. It does exist as well. So those are the amphibian tariqa. So we حملناهم في البر والبحر. We carried them on land. Actually, there are in many ancient mythologies, they depict human beings as amphibians. If you go into, but it's a mythology, but it's a reality. They still have a memory of human beings at some point being able to live on land and live on water equally, not proudly. But we lost that ability as time progressed. And we have to have masks to go in water. But before, no. Human being can live in water and live on land without anything, any accessories. So, حَمَلْنَاهُمْ بِالْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ, we carried them in land and sea. So that's the next blessing. It says, وَعَيْدُ اللَّهُمْ أَنَّا حَمَلْنَا ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ فِي الْفُلْكِ الْمَشْحُونِ وَخَلَقْنَا لِمِثْلِهِ مَا يَرْكَبُونَ وَإِن نَشَأْ نُغْرِقْهُمْ فَلَا صَرِيخَ لَهُمْ وَلَا هُمْ يُنْقَذُونَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً مِنَّا وَمَتَاعًا إِلَى حِينٍ. So that's from verse 40. Is it 42? No, 41. 42 to 44. So 41 to 44. Among his sons that we carried, the word dhurriya here, as the Fasirun they say, is the fathers, not descendants. We carried their forefathers in the well-loaded ship at the Ark of Sayyidina Nuh, Fulk al-Mashhun. So Allah carried our ancestors in the ark. So all human beings who are on the earth today are said to be the descendants of those who were on the ship. Allah is saying that we carried your ancestors when the flood came on the earth. Allah carried our ancestors in the ark. So as a blessing, that's why we are preserved today. If they had perished, then there will be no human beings here. Allah says, and we created a similar one for them. Allah has created ships for us. We do it with our hand, but Allah teaches us how to build it. Allah says, if I wish, I can drown them, and there's nobody to help them. It's but a mercy from us and a temporary enjoyment. Then from counting those blessings, Allah is teaching us a lesson about shukr. And that is to give what Allah has given you. That's what is shukr. So called khidmah. To put Allah's blessings in the service of humanity. Are we done? 15 minutes?
Yes, 15 minutes.
We'll continue from there.
Please hold on a second. Inshallah, we're going to take a quick 15-minute break, but don't anyone go anywhere. We have a few announcements.
That are made subservient for us. Fire, water, iron, and air. So Allah, as an example, Allah has made air subservient in a specific way. Generally to all of us, specifically to Sayyidina Sulaiman. So Sayyidina Sulaiman is in this corner. It's made water subservient to all of us generally, specifically to Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu wassalam. And fire, Sayyidina Ibrahim. And iron? Now? Yes, that's another word. These are prototypes in the Quran of Allah makes elements of nature subservient to us by His command. Allah says, وَأَلَنَّا لَهُ الْحَدِيدِ. We made the iron soft, subservient, and gentle in the hand of Sayyidina Dawood. That means they obeyed Allah and these elements obeyed them. So now the man obeyed Allah and air obeyed him. وَسَخَّرْنَا لَهُ الرِّيحِ تَجْرِي بِأَمْرِهِ رُخَاءً بِأَمْرِهِ. We made the air subservient to him and it runs by his command. The same thing, fire as you see, and water. And all of these have been made subservient to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. All of them. And proof of that is Isra and Mi'raj. Because if you are going beyond heaven and the earth, you're going to encounter all this on your way. If they don't allow you, you can go. There are oceans on your way out of this universe that you can't cross. They are too vast and too strong. And iron, as in Surah Al-Rahman, and air as well, very powerful in space. So you can go, except by divine subservience. All those are Allah's countless blessings upon us, that He's made them subservient to us. And from verse 36, 33, all the way to 39 in Yasin. So 33 to 39. 36. It all talks about Allah's blessings on Bani Adam. الطيبات وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطيبات. We provided them with good and clean provisions. That talks about Allah's blessings for us from the soil, from the earth. وَجَعَلْنَا فِيهَا جَنَّاتٍ مِّن نَخِيلٍ وَعَنَابٍ وَفَجَّرْنَا فِيهَا مِنَ الْعُيُونِ لِيَأْكُلُوا مِنْ ثَمَرِهِ وَمَا عَمِلَتْهُ أَيْدِيهِمْ أَفَلَا يَشْكُرُونَ. So we provided them with all these blessings that come out of the earth, different kind of fruits and the produce that from the earth, so that they may give shukr. أَفَلَا يَشْكُرُونَ. And from that he moves on to another category of Allah's blessings on us is the orderly alternation in time between day and night. So that's the second category of blessings. So first one, blessings from the earth. Blessings of time and space. Blessings of time and space. That begins from 37 to 40. وَإِذَا اللَّهُمُ اللَّيْلَ نَسْلَخْ مِنْهُ النَّهَارَ فَإِذَا هُمْ مُظْلِمُونَ. A sign for them is that the day we strip it off the night we strip it off the day, and there they are in darkness. He described the day and the night as a dress. So Allah put the dress on the night and it's daytime. You take the dress of the night, it becomes dark again. Think about the qualities of Allah in terms of libas. Hunna libasul lakum wa antum, even human being. Allah has, because He spoke about pairs. We created pairs out of everything. A male and a female. And each plays a specific role in the working of the universe, if they exchange their roles, then things will go wrong. Yes. So the dress Allah created, the gender is a dress. Allah put a certain kind of dress on a woman and a certain kind of dress on a man. So the dress that Allah has put on the woman is the dress of sakina. It's a dress that is cool. It produces tranquility and stillness. That's the nature of the dress itself. Libasu sakina. Allah says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا. Allah created for you pairs from yourselves that you may find tranquility. But that is something Allah has built in. That's the dress I'm talking about. Allah has built in the female. So that dress gives tranquility to the male and stillness. On the other hand, He has given the libas al-basira, the wakeful dress. This one calms you down and puts you to sleep. Libas al-sakina. This one wakes you up and brings you action and activity. So libasul lakum, they are dress for you, and the libasul lahunna. Libasul lakum, libasul lahunna. Sakina. And Basira. So in this way they complement one another. Without Sakina, you will not be productive in your life. You need that self-repair. You need that comfort, that tranquility, that stillness. And that's only provided by your other half. On the other hand, you need the active element, the active agent, which is the male, that brings wakefulness into the union. So the way the day and the night alternate is the same way. Libas al-layl wa libas al-nahar, the dress of the day and the dress of the night. Allah says about the night, lakum layla sakana, He made the night a time of tranquility and stillness for you. So a bright dress and a dark dress. So that's why He used the metaphor of a dress here between the day and the night, because they are also in terms of pairs. A male principle of sakina and a male principle of basira and a female principle of sakina. Then he moved from day and night to sun and moon. If you want to dwell on all of them, it's going to be very long, but I'll just pass on them. If you read the tafsir, you can see the details, inshallah, yourself. And from the pair of day and night, so by that alternation, the dhikr and shukr becomes possible. The dhikr brings tranquility and shukr brings activity. So the male and the female principle together. That's why they say when somebody is enlightened, it becomes both. Not physically, but in reality, the gender separation becomes and no reality to you. These all principles become merged together within an enlightened person of Torah. والشمس تجري المستقر لها. The sun is running its course to a place of station. So with that ayah had a comment from the Prophet ﷺ on it. Because he asked his companion Abu Dhar, one day they are working together, it was about sunset. He said, Abu Dhar, do you know where this sun is going? He said, Allah and His Messenger know better. He said, it goes until it prostrates under the throne of Allah, on the arsh. تسجد تحت العرش. It prostrates and then ask him for permission to continue on its course. The permission is given, and the voice it goes on again. That's why it makes sujood again. Until a day comes, he'll, as usual, he comes and makes sujood. As the permission, there's no permission given. So the sun remains in sujood for 3 days. People don't realize there's something happening in the universe, except people who pray at night, tahajjud. They will feel it. But there's no day, the night has been too long. And at the end of the 3rd day, the sun is commanded by Allah to rise from the west. تطلع من مغربها at the end of time. So it changes its course from right to left to right, anti-clockwise. That's the beginning, that's the ending of this one and the beginning of the new era. When everything began to move from left to right. The way we do tawaf around Kaaba. So to preserve the order, Allah says, لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون. It's not fitting for the sun to overtake the moon. It's not right, because that brings disorder and anarchy and the consequences of that. But it's not fitting for the moon also to lead the sun. So everyone should be in their place. We are going to assign to them. The sun is bigger than the moon, but the sun should not try to show his arms to the moon. So he's turned to the moon and then overtake the moon. So he has to keep a fair distance from it to allow the moon to shine too, as much as it could. So the higher should not overtake the lower. Everyone should be allowed to exist within their boundaries. So, وَذَا اللَّيْلُ سَابِقُ النَّهَارِ, but the night also should not advance the day. The day is the Imam, the night is the Muqtadi, is the Ma'mun. The day leads and the night follows. If the night wants to lead, then also it brings chaos. So that should not happen either. We're talking about taqwa here as a principle of everyone maintaining their boundaries and not transgressing against the other, because you are brighter or you are stronger or whatever. Consequences are dire. So that's the blessings of God in time and space. It's already there. The third one, the blessing in the water. وحملناه وحملناهم في البر والبحر. Sit down. A break. So وحملناهم في البر والبحر. We carried them in the land and the sea, so as a blessing of God. So that's one of his fadl on human beings. That human being is by nature amphibian. Human being can live in the sea, can live on the land. So it's amphibian. So that allows you to travel to God both ways. You can travel on the dry, you can travel on the wet. Those who travel amphibian are the best travelers. They get there faster than anybody else. So tariqas, if you look at the tariqas, I will not classify the tariqas. Some tariqas, they are aquatic tariqas. Yes. Some tariqas are terrestrial tariqas. Yeah. You can tell by the content of every tariq whether their sheikh is going by the sea to the end, or is going by the land, or is going by both. That one is rare. It does exist as well. So those are the amphibian tariqa. So we حملناهم في البر والبحر. We carried them on land. Actually, there are in many ancient mythologies they depict human beings as amphibians. If you go into, but it's a mythology, but it's a reality. They still have a memory of human beings at some point being able to live on land and live on water equally, not proudly. But we lost that ability as time progressed. We have to have masks to go in water. But before, no. Human being can live in water and live on land without anything, any accessories. So, حملناهم في البر والبحر. We carried them in land and sea. So that's the next blessing. It says, وَعِذُ لَّهُمْ أَنَّا حَمَلْنَا ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ فِي الْفُلْكِ الْمَشْحُونِ وَخَلَقْنَا لَمِثْلِهِ مَا يَرْكَبُونَ وَإِن نَّشَأْ نُغْرِقْهُمْ فَلَا صَرِيخَ لَهُمْ وَلَا هُمْ يُنقَذُونَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً مِنَّا وَمَتَاعًا إِلَى حِينٍ. So that's from verse 40. Is it 42? No, 41. 42 to 44. So 41 to 44. Among his signs that we carried, the word dhurriya here, as the Fasirin they say, is the fathers, not descendants. We carried their forefathers in the well-loaded ship at the Ark of Sayyidina Nuh, so Allah carried our ancestors in that ark. So all human beings who are on the earth today are said to be the descendants of those who were on the ship. Allah is saying that we carried your ancestors when the flood came on the earth. Allah carried our ancestors in the ark. So as a blessing, that's why we are preserved today. If they had perished, then there will be no human beings here. Allah says, and we created a similar one for them. That Allah has created ships for us. We do it with our hand, but Allah teaches us how to build it. Allah says, if I wish, I can drown them, and there's nobody to help them. It's but a mercy from us and a temporary enjoyment. Then from counting those blessings, Allah is teaching us a lesson about shukr. And that is to give what Allah has given you. That's what is shukr. It's called khidmah. To put Allah's blessings in the service of humanity.